Hi everyone, it's Heidi from Joyful Artistry, and I'm here today to start a little golden book journal. I have the same. I took this one apart already because it is a pain to get the staples out, and I didn't want to do that with you guys just because it takes too much time. But we want to take this portion off of the journal, and I want to show you how I did that, and I'm hoping this won't be too loud, and I won't do the whole thing. I'm just going to kind of show you. I have my heat tool that I use for embossing, and it will, if you heat up the edge, it will loosen the glue, and you'll be able to pull up, if you can see this. So, and this will come up. It'll get hot, so you have to be careful with that. But if I was to go all the way up, I could pull that. I'd go down here, and that'll take a few minutes. Well, let me just show you where the staples are here. Let me just do this. And it's not a bad process. Like I said, it'll get warm. And then you could see there's little staples underneath. And then you want to take the staples out as best that you can without tearing your book or your pages. Because I want to keep the pages, I don't want to trim down the pages. I'm going to add a spine. So I'm going to set this off to the side, and we're going to work with the one that I've already taken apart. So we want this will become the full front cover. This will become the full back cover. So what we want to do is we want to add a spine here. We're going to do some reinforcing here with, and I was going to just use cardstock, and I didn't grab a piece of cardstock, but that's okay. That's okay. So the first thing I want to do is I want to have about 1.5 inches spine. I'm going to start with this piece of chipboard, which is not super thick. And I'm just going to add, I want to keep everything together here. Okay. To the side. So what I'm going to do is I want a 1.5 inch spine. I don't want it to be super big. Because this does not, some of them will have 2 signatures, but this is a single signature journal. So we're just going to put this, actually, I may put 3 little, if I take this apart, it's going to take the story apart. But you know what I think we'll do is we'll put 2 signatures in, and the story will be in the front signature, and then we'll have a second signature. But we're going to add things. Okay. This is my process, you guys. My process. There we go. How tall does this need to be? It needs to be almost 6. Oh, that's great. Okay. So I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to, I have this parchment here. And if I put some parchment on here, this should work pretty darn well. Needs to be a little bit heavier than that, you guys. Okay, so let's lay this out. Let me show you what we're going to do. I got to put all these things aside. Pulled out all kinds of goodies to go inside of this journal. All right, so let's just work here with this. I'm going to cover this with a little bit of cardstock, just so that it's not brown. And we're going to add some laces and some fabric here. And of course, this isn't, there we go. Okay, I'm going to put this upside down in this one. Just then that way it'll be ready every time I go to use it and it won't be a pain. So we're just going to cover up our spine. Oh, okay. Let's just do, all right, I'm going to trim down the side. And we're not even going to see this because we're going to be adding fabric to both sides. Okay, this little guy here. I'm going to trim this end of it because there's a little extra there. That way, if we see anything through the fabric we're going to use, perfect. Okay, look at that. Get all these things off to the side. And then I want to add some heavier cardstock, if I can, to these. Just to give it a little, this one's a little bit heavier. I like all these colors too. I'm going to use the blue. So we're going to, I'm going to cover this and I'm going to cover this to give this a little bit of strength. And then we're going to add a little bit on the other side, but it will be covered with our fabric. Okay, so let's first, is this just one piece? Oh, good. Yeah, so it's nice and heavy. So I think this will be fabulous to have in the front of this book. I love all the different colors. I do want to do quite a bit of blue in this. Okay. This way. Okay, let's just trim this up here. Oh, look at how sweet that is. Do this one over here. Oh, and of course I didn't put it upside down in my bottle. So it started to go back down to the bottom. Oh. Okay, all right. Whoop. Almost lost it. This one in this corner. And get a little bit of that blue stripe here. We'll do something on the back here. I'm not really sure. I'd like to almost frame that, but we'll figure something out for that for sure. Okay. Now let's ink around it. I love having inked edges, because I'm not precise and it covers up any flaws that I may have. Okay. So we're going to do that, and then we have this. So I'm going to add some of this, I think it's a napkin. here to hold all 3 of these. Let me just rip this. My strength is terrible, you guys. Not so good. All right. So I'm going to glue my spine to this first. Okay. So that I can see that it is in the middle of this piece. Whew, lots of little stragglers there. I want that at the top. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of glue here. And I want to put a little bit of glue here. And I'm going to say that before you do that, you should really check to make sure you did it on the correct side. Okay. Right. Okay. We have that there. All right, and then, yep, I want to put, oh, I already put glue there. Oh, jeepers creepers. I'm going to put a little bit more, though. Just put my finger in it. Okay. Alrighty. So I did leave a little bit of space here so that we can fold it. Now, I want to add a little something here and a little something here to support where the groove is so that we don't have, oh, actually, I think it'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. All right, so now I wanted to put some fabric here and some lace. I want to do something that is vintage. Is this, no. This is wide enough here. This will be, although I want it to come out to here. And I think what we'll do, let me find some wide lace that I want to work with. I have lots and lots of lace. And let's see. Let me grab my big old lace bucket here. Well, this isn't my big old lace bucket. This is just one of my lace buckets. Oh, that's pretty. A little bit too wide. That Battenberg is pretty. Look at that, you guys. All right, let's see what we can do with this one. All right. So I'm thinking if I can tear down this way. Oh, I think that's going to be good. Now, I've tried to tear along the edges of this. It doesn't work coming through all of this. But we will grunge that up a little bit. Okay, put that one back. And I need a wider piece of this little pillowcase. That's a wider piece. What about this here? I'll use that one. Oh. All right, so I want this underneath this one. This usually just, oh yeah. Just, it is so worn that it tears so easily. Okay, let's tear that there. Ugh, all the little strings and things. Okay. I'm going to line this up with this side. Okay. And then we're going to tear down here. Whew, that worked great. So now what we want, yeah, and this is a little too long for me. I'm going to just take a bit off here. Whew. Okay. I take a deep breath because it hasn't been tearing the way that I want to. Like if I'm going this way, sometimes it'll take a left. All right, so I'm going to put that and then this down. I like the edge on the front. So let's get the pillowcase down first. Really is pretty wide. I do this, am I gonna like, yeah, I'm gonna like that. Okay, yep, we're good with that. I was thinking maybe it's too wide, but I think we'll be okay. That. I love adding fabric to my spines versus paper. I think fabric is a little more pliable, if you will. All right, so I'm just going to try and see if I can't make this a little rougher on the edges just by pulling it apart with my nail. And I am going to trim this to have a straighter edge on the bottom. And again, I'm going to do the same thing. Just going to try and grunge it up a bit. Okay. And then we're going to glue this one down on here like that. Just make sure it's not too long. It is still a little bit longer than I'd like it to be. I feel like it's hanging off too far on the bottom. So I'm going to, again, do a little bit of a, pull this apart and hopefully it'll work. Makes me a little nervous. Yep, and it doesn't really want to pull apart because probably should have turned it around. Oh my goodness, you guys. Okay. There we go. I just don't want it hanging. See? Oh gosh, you guys. I don't want it hanging down too far on the bottom. So let's just do that, and then I can pull it all. I can fray it. Let me see if I like that. It's okay. Just pull it apart a little bit, and here we go. Okay, great. Then I've got this guy, and I'm gonna trim this one a little bit shorter. Oh yeah, that makes me much happier, much happier. You know, sometimes I have a vision and I think I'm gonna love it, and I have to tweak as I go. don't know if anybody else feels that way. Crunch that up a little bit. All right, so let's get this glued down now. And then let's put together our signatures. Those put together. There we go. Let that dry. And look at how sweet that is, you guys. I'm loving that. All right, so then we have our insides here. Okay. Oh, so springy looking. I love it. And we're going to add, there's enough ink there. I'm going to add some pockets and things in here as well. Okay, so let me just put this off to the side. A little cover. I'm totally happy with that. And let's grab all the things. All the things. So we have a signal. I can put my lid on here because we're not going to glue right now. We're just going to get our signatures together. Okay, look at this. I love this. I think this will be beautiful as pages in the book. So we're going to use that as a page. Isn't this stunning? This is going to be used with a pocket, I think, and then just embellishing. I want to cut some of, I like the blue. I'm going to cut probably her out, put her in as a paper doll. And then we have our papers here. So I always love to use music in my journals. And this one needs to be trimmed down a bit. So let me grab my tear ruler and we'll just start. They don't all have to be the same size. I'm totally okay with things being pages. Some pages are smaller. Some pages are a little bit larger than others. It gives the journal character. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I actually think I want to split these up. So the book won't go in order, and that's okay. I say that right now, but I may change my mind in a bit. Okay, so we've got a nice piece of music. I pulled some of these pieces out of vintage kids books, which I thought would be perfect in here. I'm not sure that this is going to be okay in here. It is brittle. Brittle. I'm going to use this as my guide for tearing. But we'll see. We'll see if these, oh yeah, those two would be great. I'm going to do the same with this one. I'm going to fold it that way. Again, we'll tear these. I love this little practice book. And we'll save the little bits in pieces to see where we want to use them. Look at these, you guys. This is out of a, I think, 1963 Sears catalog. It's snowing out here today. I just like the texture on that. I don't know if we'll use that or not. This is, looks like vintage typing paper. I don't know if any of you used to take typing back in the day. But we had to take typing class, and there was a specific paper that you used in your typing class. Just gonna fold all these over first. And I found like a bunch of kids' school paper that I thought would be great in here. Actually might grab a little bit more of this one. May add a little more of that. I love using the writing paper, the lined paper. I like it to go whichever way it wants. It doesn't have to go in a specific direction. Okay. Now I'm going to tear all these down. You're going to have little bits and pieces. And I usually take all my bits and pieces and I make little notepads out of them. And they are used in the journals for to use as a little notebook or to take apart and use for collaging. These are great. Okay. Perfect. Okay, my bits and pieces. I didn't grab any book pages to put in here. We may want to add some book pages too, but we'll see. Okay, these. I love having the teared edges of my papers. Makes me so happy. Goes off to the side, and then I have this other paper here. Okay, let me set those off. This is it's a shelf liner. I'm wondering what if, all right, so a bit. How pretty is that, you guys? How pretty will that be in here? Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's so cute. Okay, so we've got all of these here. I'm not sure we're going to end up using all of these. Okay. So I would like this to be the first page you see when you open the journal. And then my goal is to have, in between each, to have one large piece of paper, because I have so many small bits and pieces. I just want to make sure that it's not filled with little ones. Okay, so that's the first section. Oh, look at that. So stinking cute. And then we're going to add some of the other small bits and pieces in between. Sometimes I don't pay attention to what I'm doing, and then other times I I have a definite idea of what I want in here and where. So I've got this here. So perfect. Perfect. Okay, so now this is going to go in one of my signatures. Let's see, we'll put that in the first signature. And let's divide up. Let me make sure. Okay. Just want to make sure I'm in the frame. Okay, put a little bit of each. I'm not going to put this in because I don't think structurally this will hold up. All right. Do that. And then I want to make sure I've got these pieces. And then what else do I have? Those. And those, and those, and those. Okay. So I try to divide them up equally to have similar items in each. It's going to be a chunky one, you guys. That's all I have to say. It's going to be chunky. Right. Feel like this with this with this. Like this will be nice in the center of that one. Okay, and then I'm going to add just a few more here. And just going back and forth in the journal to see what I might like and where I might like it. Okay. How many pages do we have? 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that's 14. That's a lot for a signature. So I think I'm going to hold off on the, and I wanted to put this one in because I thought this would be great in there. So, all right, let me see about that. Okay, so maybe I'll put that in this signature. So put this one together. Okay. This one here. And I think maybe this one can go kind of in the center, because this way it can close it. So let's do that. What else have we got here? These. That'll hide kind of in there. I'll put this little white one right here. So many fun pieces. So many fun pieces to put in. This would be really cute here, but it's kind of, let me add this, some other lined paper. Oh yeah, I like that. Okay. I just want to be able to get, maybe I want to put this one here instead. Yeah, I like this here. Yep. Oh, the greens look great together. And we can put this one here with that. We did that, and then this. Let me see here. Now, just because I didn't put these in, because I don't think I'm going to put either one of those in. Let me see how many pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. Doesn't mean we're not going to use those somewhere else. So, that's great. And I have this card. We can decorate these cards and put them in there as tags or a pocket. So we've got lots and lots of things to do. So far, this is what our little journal is going to look like. It's thin, but before we're done, you guys know, poop, it's going to be nice and plumpy. So when we come back, we're going to put, we're going to do some pockets. We're going to start embellishing. We're going to sew our signatures in. So we've got a couple more things to do to this. And so look for a part 2 and a part 3 for sure. And I will see you guys later. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please take the time to do that. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave that in the comment section. Thanks again. See you guys next time.